Hey guys, welcome back to the Native English Podcast, brought to you by Native English Stories. I'm John.
And I'm Sarah. We're so happy you're here with us today for this amazing episode.
Today, we're going to talk about something that might look very simple at first glance, but trust me, once you really understand it, it will genuinely change the way you speak English every single day.
Yes, and before we jump in, we have a small, friendly request. If this podcast is helping you grow your English confidence, please subscribe to the channel and share it with one friend who is also on their English journey.
Because learning together makes everything so much easier, and honestly, it makes it so much more enjoyable too.
Exactly. When you learn alone, it can feel a little quiet and sometimes a bit boring. But when you learn with a friend, you can laugh, practice together, and improve so much faster.
Okay, Sarah, how are you doing today?
I'm actually pretty good today. I'm a little tired, if I'm honest, but I'm also genuinely excited about this episode.
That is a very honest and very real answer. Why are you tired, though?
Because I had such a long day. I had a lot of tasks to get through, and I didn't get nearly enough rest last night.
Interesting. And did you notice something happening in your sentences just now?
Not really. What do you mean?
You used two incredibly important verbs completely naturally, without even thinking about them.
Oh, really? Which ones?
You said, I am tired, and I had a long day.
Oh, yes. Am and had.
Exactly, and those two little words come from two of the most important and most used verbs in the entire English language, to be and to have.
Wow, and I used them without even planning to. That's actually a great sign.
It really is, and that's exactly what today's episode is all about. We are going to explore these two essential verbs together.
Yes, and I want to say something to our listeners right now. This topic might look simple. It might even look a little too basic at first, but please stay with us because understanding these verbs deeply and confidently will genuinely transform your English speaking.
Absolutely, because I hear am, is, are, have, has in absolutely every English conversation, every film, every song, every message. They are everywhere.
Everywhere. You simply cannot speak natural English without them. So if you master these two verbs properly, your English will improve faster than you might expect.
Yes, very fast. All right, let us start from the very beginning. Let us start with to be.
Okay, now that sounds simple enough, but let us really make sure we understand it clearly and deeply.
So what is to be exactly? To be is used to describe who you are, what something is, or how someone feels at a given moment. It describes a state or a condition, not an action.
Exactly. Let us give some clear and simple examples. I am happy. She is a teacher. They are friends.
So am, is, and are all forms of to be, different forms for different subjects.
Yes, and let's make this practical right away. If I'm meeting someone for the first time, I can say, I am Sarah.
Perfect, and I can ask that same new person, are you new here?
Exactly. Already useful in real everyday life. And to be is used all the time in introductions, in descriptions, and when talking about how you feel.
Let us try some feelings right now. I am tired. I am excited. She is nervous. He is confident.
Simple and useful. Every single one of those sentences uses to be. Now let's move to the second verb, to have.
Yes, so what does to have mean at its most basic level?
To have means to possess something or to experience something. Let me give some examples. I have a car. She has a job. They have a house.
So have and has are the forms of to have. Have for I, you, we, and they, and has for he, she, and it.
Exactly. And now let's make this feel more real and connected to daily life. I have a meeting today. I have a problem I need to solve. He has a new idea.
So to have is used constantly in everyday situations.
Yes, and not just for things you own, also for experiences and feelings. For example, I have a headache.
A headache is not something you own like a car or a house. It's something you feel and experience.
Exactly. So to have can describe both possessions and experiences. That's what makes it so flexible and so useful.
Wow, now I understand why these two verbs appear absolutely everywhere. All right, let's try combining them together in the same sentence.
Yes, this is where it gets really interesting. I am happy because I have good friends.
Beautiful. I am tired because I have a lot of work.
That sounds like every Monday morning of my life.
Same here, honestly. Okay, let me try one. I am excited because I have a new opportunity coming up.
That is a perfect sentence. Well done.
And notice what happened there. To be describes the state, excited, and to have shows what is creating that state, a new opportunity.
Exactly. And together they help you express your life naturally and fully. That's the real power of these two verbs working side by side.
I think learners at every level will find real value in this topic, because even if you have been learning English for a while, really mastering these forms makes everything else so much smoother.
Absolutely. All right, let us now talk about some of the common mistakes learners make with these verbs, because mistakes are how we learn, and we never skip them here.
Yes, let's start with to be mistakes. I've heard sentences like, I very happy.
Yes, that sentence is missing something really important. It should be, I am very happy.
Correct. In English, we always need the right form of to be when we're describing a state. We cannot simply skip am, is, or are. They are not optional.
So we always need that verb sitting there, doing its job. Let us try a few more. She very tired. What is wrong with that?
It should be she is very tired. The is cannot be left out.
Exactly. And how about they my friends?
Missing the verb again. It should be they are my friends.
Right. So one of the biggest mistakes learners make is simply forgetting to include to be. It feels small, but it changes the whole sentence.
Now let's look at to have mistakes. A very common one is she have a car.
Yes, that is incorrect. It should be she has a car.
So with he, she, and it, we always use has, not have.
Correct. And with I, you, we, and they, we use have. Let us practice a few to make it stick. I have a meeting. He has a problem. They have a lot of work to do. She has a wonderful idea.
Perfect. And notice how each one follows the rule clearly and naturally.
Yes, once you feel that pattern in your body, not just your head, it starts to come out automatically without thinking.
Exactly like you did at the start of our conversation today. It just came out.
Right. Okay, now let's move into something really useful, using to be and to have in the past tense.
Oh yes, this opens up so much more. Let us start with to be in the past. In the past tense, to be becomes was or were.
Examples. I was tired yesterday. They were happy about the news. She was at home all afternoon.
That is so useful for talking about how things were before. I love how simple and clean those sentences sound.
Yes, and now to have in the past tense. In the past, to have becomes had.
I had a very busy day. She had a small problem to deal with. They had a wonderful time together.
Perfect. And now let's combine the past forms together. This is really useful when you want to tell a small story or describe your day.
Yes, I was tired because I had a long and difficult day. That is a very natural, complete sentence.
She was happy because she had some really good news.
They were so excited because they had a party to go to.
That last one makes me want a party.
Let us try a short real-life conversation using these past forms together. Ready?
Ready.
Hey, how was your day today?
My day was actually pretty good overall. I was a little slow in the morning because I was tired, but I had a really productive afternoon and got a lot done.
Oh, nice. Did you have a lot of work to get through?
Yes, I had quite a few tasks on my list, but I was focused and in a good headspace, so I managed to finish most of them.
That is great. I was fairly busy too today, but I had a little bit of free time in the evening, which was really nice.
Wow, did you notice how naturally we used both to be and to have throughout that whole conversation without even pausing or thinking about it?
Yes, and that is the goal, that naturalness, where the grammar just flows and you are simply communicating, not performing grammar roles.
Exactly. Now, I want to bring up something I hear sometimes that confuses learners.
Go ahead.
Sometimes you hear someone say, I am having lunch right now, and learners wonder, wait, is that to have? It sounds different from the other examples.
Great observation. Yes, that is a different use of the verb have. In that sentence, having is actually describing an action.
Right. I am having lunch means I am eating lunch right now. It's an activity in the present moment.
So have can sometimes describe an activity rather than just a possession or an experience. Let's try a few examples of this. I'm having coffee right now.
I'm having a meeting in 10 minutes.
I'm having a really good time at this event.
Yes, and these are all extremely common in everyday natural English. Learners should definitely practice these.
Absolutely. Okay, now we're going to move into something really important, using to be and to have in longer, more natural answers, because speaking in full connected sentences is the real goal.
Yes, no more one-word answers, no more stopping and starting nervously, just natural, flowing, confident speaking.
Exactly. Let's start with one of the most common questions in English. How are you today?
Let me answer that the way a confident speaker would. I'm feeling really good today, actually. I'm a little bit busy, but I have a positive mindset about everything, so I'm managing things well and staying on top of it all.
Wow, that sounds so natural and complete. Let's notice what happened there. I'm feeling good. That's to be describing a feeling. I'm busy. Again, to be. I have a positive mindset. That's to have. I'm managing things. To be describing an ongoing action.
Exactly, and none of it felt forced or complicated. It just flowed because these verbs are so flexible and so natural in English.
Let's try another common situation. What do you usually like to do in your free time?
Here's a natural answer. I usually like to relax and recharge at home. I'm someone who genuinely values quiet time. I have a few hobbies that I really enjoy, like reading and listening to music, and I'm always so much happier when I get a little time just for myself.
That's such a complete and natural answer. And again, both verbs appear multiple times without any effort. I'm someone, that's to be. I have a few hobbies, that's to have. I'm happier, that's to be again.
Yes, and notice how the sentence feels like a real person talking, not someone reciting grammar rules. That's the goal every time.
Absolutely. Now let's try something a little more personal and meaningful. Tell me about your goals and where you want to go.
Here's a natural response. I'm very focused right now on improving my skills and growing as a person. I have some really clear goals that I've set for myself, and I'm working hard every single day to move toward them. Some days I'm genuinely tired, but I have strong motivation inside me, so I just keep going no matter what.
That's powerful and so beautifully simple at the same time. I'm focused, to be. I have clear goals, to have. I'm working hard, to be. I have strong motivation, to have. The two verbs working together throughout the whole answer.
And I want our listeners to really hear this message. You don't need complicated grammar to sound confident and natural. Simple structures used well create powerful communication every time.
That should honestly be on a poster somewhere.
Yeah, I would put it on my wall. Let's try one more situation, a weekend story.
Perfect. Hey, how was your weekend?
Oh, my weekend was really lovely, actually. I was at home for most of it, which was exactly what I needed. I had a really good chance to rest and just breathe for a while. And on Saturday evening, I had a really nice dinner with some close friends, so I was genuinely happy the whole time.
That sounds like a perfect weekend, honestly.
Yes, it was quiet but really fulfilling. Let's notice the verbs. My weekend was lovely. To be. I was at home. To be. I had a chance to rest. To have. I had a nice dinner. To have. I was happy. To be.
And even that simple little story used both verbs so many times, which is exactly why getting comfortable with them matters so much.
Yes, because these two verbs are not just grammar exercises. They're the backbone of how English actually works in real daily conversation.
Now I want to talk about confidence for a moment, because many learners know these verbs perfectly well in theory, but still freeze or hesitate when they try to speak.
Yes, and the problem in those moments is usually not a lack of knowledge, it's hesitation. It's that small voice that says, wait, is that right? Before you even finish the thought.
So what should learners do to build that confidence?
Practice short, simple sentences every single day out loud, not just in your head, out loud. For example, I'm learning English. I have time today. I'm ready to speak. I have a goal. I'm making progress.
Short, simple, clear, and spoken out loud, yes, because confidence doesn't come from knowing everything perfectly. It comes from doing it repeatedly until it feels natural.
Exactly, and mistakes are completely okay. Mistakes are not failure. Mistakes are proof that you're trying and that you're growing.
Every single fluent English speaker made thousands of mistakes on their way to sounding natural. Every single one.
Without exception. All right, let's finish with one final beautiful example. How would you describe your life in just a few sentences?
Here's a natural and honest answer. I'm someone who really loves learning and growing every day. I have big dreams that I'm genuinely working towards. I'm not perfect, and I never will be, but I have the courage and the willingness to improve a little more every single day. I'm happy with the progress I'm making, and I have so much hope for what's still ahead of me.
Wow, that's genuinely beautiful, and it's full of to be and to have working together naturally and powerfully.
Yes, simple verbs, but such strong and meaningful communication.
Okay, let's do a quick and clear summary before we go. To be is used to describe your identity, your feelings, and your current state. Am, is, are in the present, was, were in the past.
To have is used to show what you possess and what you experience. Have and has in the present, had in the past.
Both verbs, to be and to have, work together constantly in real English. They're the building blocks for almost every sentence you'll ever speak.
And now it's your turn. Try writing a short paragraph about your own day using these two verbs. Once you've written it, practice saying it out loud. Even doing it just once makes a difference.
And please don't be afraid to make mistakes. Every attempt makes you stronger. Every sentence you speak out loud builds your confidence a little more.
If this episode helped you today, please share it with a friend who is also learning English.
Keep practicing every day, even if it's just for a few minutes. And remember, progress is always more important than perfection.
I'm John.
And I'm Sarah. Thank you so much for spending this time with us today on the Native English Podcast. Check out the pinned comment for a quick practice challenge.
We'll see you in the next episode. Take good care, and bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.